Morning folks, this is a bit of an odds and ends really. I found some lost footage, not in a Blair Witch kind of way, but before we went to Scotland I did the engine mounts on the Rover and I found a couple of clips for that, just doing that. It's not a comprehensive how-to or anything like that, but I thought I may as well put them up. It's doing like the bottom mount, the top T-mount, stuff like that, but I didn't film it all because a schoolboy error. When I had the T-mount off and the jack under the engine, I thought, oh brilliant, I've got the engine on a jack, I'll take the rear mount out. No, don't ever do that. Just do one mount at a time. You know, if you do the T-mount, do the Hydra mount at the same time because it's underneath. I didn't change mine, so I couldn't actually get the other one off. I started to chisel round it and it was starting to deform and bugger up the metal, so I just gave up on a bad job on that one, but I will replace it eventually. The other thing with the Rover I've just done is, as many of you know, the rear wheel arch liner is a trap for mud against the sill. So I cleaned both of those out and I was amazed because I got about a mug full of mud out of each one, and then I cleaned up around the arches as well, got a bit more out, and then treated it. And what I've done, like an experiment, is I've treated one side with the old traditional underseal. This stuff, it wasn't actually this stuff, because I had an already part used can of another brand, so I've done one side in that, but I thought as an experiment I'd do the other side in this stuff, Lano Shield, and there's also other products and stuff called Lano Guard and stuff like that, but it is biodegradable, non-toxic, and a natural corrosion inhibitor. And what it is basically, it's lanolin from sheep's wool because it's naturally greasy, but also it's naturally waterproof, highly lubricating, and it won't harm anything. So I've actually done the other side, and I've done the bottom arms and stuff in this Lano Shield. So we'll leave it on for a bit, you know, we'll go through another winter and we'll see how both sides compare. I just thought that would be interesting. But this, for a small bottle like this, you're still talking 20 quid, but I've done a whole wheel arch and the bottom arms, stuff like that, and I've given the front's a quick spray as well, and I've only used that much. And if you do get it on your hands, it's not all horrible. It doesn't look like you're a road worker, because you know how horrible underseal is. So that's it. We're still waiting on tensioner for Slinky. Slinky's the Mercedes, you moron, for Nibbler. Hopefully that's in the post. We've had no confirmation of post yet, so we don't know, but it should be any day. The other thing, hopefully the aircon top up will come with the Slinky today, and that's got a stop leak with it as well, because it was like Satan's arse the other day. So I'll do that. I'll probably film gassing that up, because some of you probably haven't done that, and it's the technique I'm going to use with the aerosol is applicable to most cars, but obviously if it's really low or your compressor doesn't come on or anything like that, you'll probably need a proper garage regas. This is just literally a top up. It does blow cool air, not cold, so there is refrigerant in there. The clutch for the compressor works and all that lot, so there is something in there. It just needs a bit of a boost. So with that, I'll say ta-ra and enjoy this cornucopia of clips. Right, to get this mount off, you've got 2 bolts there. I think these are all 15 or 17. You've got one down there which only needs to be backed off, and then you've got 3 there and an 8mm there for the aircon. and that should come straight off. Right, about removal of the right hand side mount, I've seen people crack the aircon pipes apart to get them out, and you don't need to. It sits just here and across here, and there's a little 8mm bolt down there, one on the side of the mount, this rubber block here, and this clip here. As you can see, it's all out, and you've got loads of wiggle room. So that's the brace that goes over the T-piece. That's the mount for the Hydra mount. Hydra mount's below it. You need to jack and support the engine to change that. But as we're going under the engine, we're going to do the, what some people call the dog bone first, which is at the back of the engine. So I'll bring you back when I've took the under tray off. Good morning, folks. It's engine mount time. I've got a little box of goodies there from these guys. There you go. Discount MG Rover spares. Thank you for the sweeties, guys. Right, one thing I've noticed. Good bits of kit. But this hole here is blank, so I need to thread it, because on the original there's obviously a thread. It takes an 8mm headed bolt to hold the air conditioning pipes on. There we've got the rear mount, slightly to the right hand side of the car, bolted to the sump this side and the subframe that side. One bolt there, through bolt, one through bolt there. I think they're both 15mm. So we'll I don't know how I can do this with you seeing actually, but because I'm using my mobile on this, let me just see if I can get you anywhere. Oh, I don't know. Oh no, oh no. Oh, that might work. You might still be in my way though. So if you hear some effing and blinding, you know it's me. Now I'm doing this on my driveway with a set of ramps, and I'd say the only specialist bit of kit I've got, because not everybody's got one in the toolkit, is one of these. Ooh, look at the length of that. Is a breaker bar, that's all it is, and it just makes undoing stuff like this so easy. I mean, that you would do it with a normal ratchet, but you might be close to farting yourself into a prolapse. So we'll do the top one. Come on. That's it. And that's gone easy as well. Obviously, if you're in a garage, you probably get a rattle gun in here. There you go, that's starting to go. Once they start to go, you can get a ratchet on. I could use a little buzz gun, but if I can do it with super basic hand tools, so can you. And the idea is, according to Mr. Haynes' manual, because I've still got the Hydra mount attached, and obviously there's the left hand side gearbox mount as well, which I'm not changing, it doesn't come in the kit. The engine, if we're gentle enough, shouldn't move, so we should just be able to pop the new one back in. But when we get this old one out, we'll just compare the two, see how they look. But if you get any vibration in the cab, anything like that, now sometimes when these start backing out, they start getting tight because you get rust on the end of the bolt, and of course you're bringing the rust through the threads, so that's why they're tight. So you might have to go back to a breaker bar just shortly. I had to with the right hand mount, but as long as you clean up clean up the threads when you put the bolts back in. Slap a bit of anti-seize on if you really want to. You shouldn't really have any more problems. It's coming easy enough. There's a fair bit of resistance there, but I know it's only the threads. They've not cross-threaded or anything. I mean, that's getting to the point. I won't be able to hand spin that out at the minute, but I mean, look, I can do it like that. So, all the large bolts, the large mounting bolts, I think are 65 foot-pounds, which is 1 grunt away from a prolapse. And these are very low to the sump. They're only something like between 7 and 10 foot-pounds, because obviously you're going into alley casting. There we go, there's one. Right, well, that's just let go of the thread. And you did see the engine move a tiny little bit. It's not a problem if it does, because we can get a jack and a block of wood under it and just sort that out. That might make life easier to do that now for years, but I think I'm going to have to get under the sides because somebody's cable tied the back of the under tray, so I won't actually be able to get a jack under there without it sitting on the under tray as well, which wouldn't really hurt. I mean, the under tray's on the ground. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Back in a moo. So there's the old mount. It looks, on first inspection, not bad shape, but as you can see, it's cracked. The bushing inside started to go, and there's definitely some meaty cracks there, and in fact it's split all the way. Whether I can get that. It's split all the way through, so that would be one source of vibration. As you can see, the replacement, slightly meatier bush, so we'll get that in. The engine did move a little bit when I got the bolt out, but that's to be expected. I've just got to jack it in position, but installation, reverse of removal. By the looks of it, this is the bolt that goes to the sump bracket, and it looks like it had a bit of thread lock on it from the factory, so I think we'll do the same. We'll clean that up, we'll thread lock it. The long bolt unusually looked like it didn't have any, but the threads are going to want cleaning up anyway. I'll have to run a tap through that lot. Tap, dye, whatever, yeah. Oh, it did. It's either thread lock or it's painted, whatever. Doesn't mention thread lock in the manual.